In part one of this series, we met Eric, a healthy, smart, athletic fourth grader. On the soccer field, Eric is a hero. He is confident and successful. Unfortunately, in school, he feels just the opposite, uncertain and defeated. On the baseball diamond, Eric hits the ball out of the park. In school, he strikes out. Why? Because Eric can't read. He takes on the powerful Pacific without fear or trepidation. But at school, he sinks down in his chair, trying to be invisible. He is fearful that his teacher will ask him to read aloud. He can glide through the water like the seals he swims with every day, and can tell you more about the differences between seals and sea lions than many marine biologists can. But in school, he's as awkward as the harbor seal seems to be when he's on land. He struggles to even recognize the word seal when he sees it in a book. Eric is smart, has a huge oral vocabulary, and can answer any question about whatever is read aloud to him. But now that the pictures in his fourth grade books are getting fewer and the stories are getting longer, Eric can't recite from memory the longer passages or use the pictures to help him understand what the full pages of print are about. When Eric tries to read, this is what happens. He sees the words in all the letters, although sometimes the letters seem to float around on the page. A trip to an ophthalmologist confirmed that there was nothing wrong with Eric's visual acuity. He can see just fine, but there was some disturbance in his visual tracking and visual memory skills. His eyes don't move across the page as smoothly as they should. Instead, they dart back and forth across the line of print more frequently than those of a typical reader. When this happens, Eric loses his place in the line of text, and the words seem to jump around on the page. Eric also has difficulty recalling a word that he sees in print. He seems to recognize it immediately after he first learns what the word is, but he frequently can't recognize the same word later and can't remember how to spell it. Eric can read some words correctly all the time. These are the words that he knows well and that he sees often in print and uses frequently in his writing. But when he sees a strange or unfamiliar word, he can't figure it out at all. Although his teachers and parents have tried to help him learn the letters that represent the sounds of spoken speech, Eric just can't seem to grasp that idea and can't remember which letters represent which sounds. A functional MRI confirmed that Eric's neural pathway through his brain during a reading activity follows a different route than that of a normal reader. His pathway bypasses the part of the brain that attaches the visual letters to the sounds that form a word. However, success has been achieved with others like Eric through consistent, properly sequenced phonemic practice. Can Eric ever learn to read? Of course. Millions of people like Eric learn to read. He may read more slowly than you or me, and he will have to learn to be more consciously alert than we sometimes are to make sure that what he reads makes sense. But he will learn to read. Just ask others who experienced the same difficulties as Eric. People like Tom Cruise, Jay Leno, and Keira Knightley. And read the biographies of such famous people as Thomas Edison and Albert Einstein. Eric is lucky. His family, his school, and his friends understand that Eric is not dumb. He just marches to a different drum beat when he reads. Now they have to help Eric understand that. So, unlike Thomas Edison, he doesn't give up on school. And so that he can bring that winning attitude that he has on the athletic field into the classroom.